My name is Margie Remmers-Davis, and I am the founder and CEO of Acadian Accounting Education. And welcome to this week's live stream. This is a live stream we have every week inside of our Facebook group, the QBO Gym Locker Room. Every week we have this live stream inside our free Facebook group called the QBO Gym Locker Room. And this is your spot for hands-on practice using QuickBooks Online. This is all we do all day, every day. Hands-on practice, hands-on practice, hands-on practice. You cannot learn how to ride a bicycle by watching a video. So we want you to actually be in QuickBooks and actually using it. If you're watching this recording on YouTube, come join us in the locker room. You get the exercise that we're going to go over today. You get to interact, ask questions, all that good stuff, okay? So in addition to being in the locker room, you get a free QBO QuickStart course. And I just noticed, I guess I'm okay. All right. Let me know in the chat if anything is wonky with like my video and all of that stuff, because, you know, as I've said a number of times, I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to tech. But anyway, so as a member of the locker room, you get a free QBO QuickStart course. By the way, I forgot to ask, who here is new? I tend to just talk to everybody as if I've known you forever, and I forget that there are new people joining us every week. Hundreds. In case you didn't notice, we're now at 12,000 people in the locker room. So if this is your first time, Charlotte, this is your second time. Welcome to everybody. Jill, welcome. We are delighted to have you, and I love how you're like chatting with each other and building each other up. So Andrea, awesome, first time, so glad to have you here. And anyway, so as a new person, as soon as you join the locker room, we send you a free QBO QuickStart course that teaches you how to set up your free QuickBooks Online accountant account, what makes it different from a regular QuickBooks account that business owners buy, how to navigate it, workflows, terminology, and of course hands-on practice using it. So if you are in the locker room, if you're brand new, you didn't get this course, you don't know where to find it, then write an email to support@acadian.com, AKADIAN, and we will help you find it. It happens all the time, so don't worry. You know, people type in their email address wrong, or we have to actually manually copy it. It's like a manual process to get you that course, so it's possible that that if something went wrong on our end, if you've ever unsubscribed, then you wouldn't have get the email. So anyway, I am not referring to, there is no course called Fast Start. We have a course called Fast Track. But no, that is a paid course. The course I'm referring to is QBO specific, and it is called QBO QuickStart. And you get it just for being a member of the locker room. You also get it like with the purchase of some of our other courses. It actually comes with it. Because if you don't know, like for example, if you get the level 1 course, the level 1 companion course for the certification, we also throw in the QBO QuickStart course, because you have to know how to like set up your account. And some people get freaked out because one of the questions when you set up your account is your firm name and how many employees you have, and people are like, like, I don't have a firm yet, I don't have any employees, and so then they get freaked out by that. So we like teach you all the, how to like navigate all of that stuff. So, thank you, Deb. Deb said, I'm just going to put this on the screen. Fast Track is amazing. Thank you, Deb. Okay, so, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. Also, as a member of the locker room, you have access to over 100 free exercises. People are always asking, I joined. How do I get the exercises? Here's how you do it. You go to the featured section. Now there is a tab here that says featured. Oh, I think when I put that on the screen, nobody could see it but me. Oh well, because I forgot that I'm sharing my screen, so I'm tiny now. Anyway, so so there's a tab here that says featured. Also, there are these tiles that say featured, and then right here is the link. And guess what? It was also emailed to you if you join. So or if you join the locker room. So anyway, there's a link in here, over 100 free hands-on exercises. People were complaining that because there's so many exercises, I haven't counted them, but I think it's closer to 200 now. And people were complaining that because there were so many, it was taking a long time to load. And we recently fixed that. So, and I haven't gotten any feedback from you guys as to whether it's faster now. So somebody go and test it and let me know. Let me know. That would be great, because I worked hard on getting it. I chunked it up instead of loading everything at once. I chunked it up, based on category. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Okay. In addition to the 100 free exercises, you also get a free exercise of the week, which is what we are here to talk about. And you can follow along on our free weekly live streams every Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And that's what we're doing right here. Now, the exercise of the week is part of our, is everything that I've talked about so far. Everything: free locker room, free live stream, free QuickStart course, free exercises, all of that, free. We do have a paid product called the QBO Gym. The QBO Gym is an opportunity for you to actually practice being a bookkeeper. We have this whole gym theme because it's all exercises. Get it? You're all doing, you're all exercising. Ha ha ha. So yeah, we're silly like that. If you have taken your level, if you've taken your what we heard all the time is people are taking the certification courses, and they're getting certified, but then they're like, well, but I don't know what I'm doing. What is it actually like to be a bookkeeper? If you've ever said that you wish that you could be an intern or you could work for somebody for free, just to try it out, just to see if you like bookkeeping, or so exactly what you're supposed to do every day. That's why we created the QBO Gym. You actually get to be it's a simulated experience of being a bookkeeper for an entire year. So every month you sit down, you work on your clients' books, and and so I get distracted by the chat. Joel told me one time that I should just turn it off and not see it, but I love you guys. So I love the interaction. I can't have you on the screen because that would be way too distracting. But but I love seeing the chat. But it does get me. It's a little bit of a squirrel syndrome. Okay. So what I was saying is, it is you get to be a bookkeeper for an entire year. And Joel did put in the chat, if you want to just try it out and see what it's like, you can do our 5-day gym challenge, where you get to be a bookkeeper for the first month. You get to do the first month and see what it's like, and then see if you want to do the whole year. At the end of it, it doesn't take a whole year. It takes about 42 real-time hours. Each month takes about 3 or 4 hours, which is average. That's what it would be like for a simple client. You get to do everything. You process bank feeds, you send invoices, you apply payments, you every month something happens in Craig's business that you have to deal with and record. You run reports, you reconcile bank statements. So if anything, Joel, no please, I don't know what that's about. Anyway, I I don't know what I was saying. Anyway, so yeah, so that's the QBO Gym. Everything in the QBO Gym is linked to your proprietary dashboard. Tara, we love you, but we've got to get the most recent person. I need to have my assistant make sure we grab the highest person today. Maybe it's Tara again. It is Tara. Maybe he did that. Maybe he did pick. All righty. Tara, I don't know if you're on the call today, but second week in a row, you've been our winner currently in Booksmatch. So Booksmatch is it's our proprietary dashboard. So everything that you do in the gym, all of the skills that you are learning are tracked, and they're tracked in these 10 skill groups. And you can click on any skill group to drill down and find out more details of like what you've been working on. You can, this is the group comparison, so how you compare to everyone else in the gym. So you can, the dark one is you, or in this case Tara, and then the average is down here in the shaded one. And then you know, we created this, one of the reasons we created this is so we could show you off to the world. It's like, you're like doing all these amazing things we're doing all these amazing things in the gym. We want to show off that you have all of these, you know, that you have completed all of these skills and learned all of this stuff, and that people should hire you because you like have it all together. So to do that, we had to develop a ranking system, and the ranking system is based on 3 indicators. Okay, so the first one is your knowledge, and the knowledge is just like the full breadth of skills that you have learned since the entire time that you've been in the gym. But we didn't want to disadvantage the people who were brand new. I don't know how long Tara's been in, but it could be that you know, Tara's been in for years, and so we have some people who are brand new, and we don't want the brand new people to be you know, to be disadvantaged. And so we have this other metric called speed. And speed is not how quickly you get through an exercise, but it is how many exercises you complete you're able to, or how many, it's not exercises, it's skills, because some exercises have multiple skills. It's the number of skills that you have been able to accomplish within 2 weeks' time. No, it's actually within a week. I don't know why it says 14 skills within a week. It should say, oh yeah, okay, I got confused because 14 is 2 weeks. So yeah, the speed is like how many you've been able to get within a week. And then the third metric is actually the most important metric. If this is low, then the other things aren't even looked at, and that is consistency. And the number one and the reason we created consistency is we want to be able to separate the people who are actively working and actively upskilling from the people who are just sitting around. This is not like a directory listing where you just pay money and you just are paid to show up. Like, this is highlighting the people who are actively working and upskilling. We actually developed this in conjunction with a recruiter. And she said that her number one frustration was reaching out to people who were no longer looking and no longer, you know, wanted a job. And so she actually wanted us to put in like a little checkbox that every week you would just go in and like check, yes, I'm still looking, yes, I'm still looking, yes, I'm still looking. We thought that every week was a little excessive. So we said, let's make it every 2 weeks. And instead of just a checkbox, why don't we actually make you continue to upskill, like to continue to learn new things, because that's going to highlight the people who are really, you know, on the ball. And so that's why we created consistency. And so as long as you are upskilling at least every 2 weeks, you're going to keep that consistency high. But some people have completed everything there is to do in the gym, and so we needed to create something to keep those, to have like that extra thing, and that's why we developed the exercise of the week. The benefit of that is now we have an exercise of the week that we can work with you guys in the locker room, and everybody can come for free to do that exercise. All right. One quick thing about Booksmatch. We are in the process of fully revamping Booksmatch, just like as a whole. We've had it now for, I don't know, maybe some of your old timers. I can't even remember how long we've had it. We haven't had it since the beginning of the gym. The gym we've had for a couple of years now, and I think Booksmatch came out like sometime after. I don't know. We've had Booksmatch for a couple of years now, and it's been great. But we are constantly evolving, constantly. Oh, Tara, there she is. So we're constantly evolving. We're constantly trying to make it better. We're adapting to the marketplace. So as we're talking to potential employers, we're talking to accounting firms, they're watching what we're doing with Booksmatch, and the more like we do that, the more we get feedback on like what they would like to see. That's why we actually created Fast Track. Somebody asked earlier about bookkeeping Fast Track, which is not related to this at all, which is just a bookkeeping and accounting course. What happened, I don't want to talk too long because you know me. Those of you who've been around, you'll know me. I just start talking. But we created the gym and we created this, and we started going to accounting firms and saying, hey, look at our awesome students who like really know QBO. Don't you want to hire them? And they all said, but do they know bookkeeping? Just because they know QuickBooks doesn't mean they know bookkeeping. So what was I going to say? Anyway, so we said, well, we don't know, and so we created this bookkeeping Fast Track course, and now, oh my gosh, everyone's so excited about this Fast Track, and so we are implementing the skills that you're learning, the knowledge and skills that you're learning from Fast Track. We're going to be having a dashboard. We're going to be having a Booksmatch dashboard to incorporate all of that, as well as cleanup skills for those of you who are, because it turns out that cleanup skills are also highly, highly valuable. Like everybody wants to hire somebody that has cleanup skills. So we're in the middle of totally revamping this. If you if you're just one of those people who has like a vision, you're like, oh, I've been wanting this. I've always wanted to see this feature, this, that, and the other. Send us an email to support@acadian.com. Again, AKADIAN, because we will, because now is the time. Now is the time to like gather up all of that feedback and make something really special. All right, let's see. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Oh, wow. Ellen says, okay, I have to stop the share in order to show what Ellen said. This is really cool. Ellen said, I thought I knew a lot, but Fast Track makes it so that I have a lot more confidence. That is awesome. Thank you, Ellen. Okay, let me see. Did I get... Okay, and speaking of our courses, by the way, all right, I'm just checking the chat, make sure I didn't miss any questions. Speaking of courses, if you saw the, if you got the newsletter, there is a coupon in the newsletter today for 20% off any courses, and you can apply it as many times as you want. So if you've been wanting to get any of our courses and you like if you've been waiting or whatever, like this is the time. You can apply it as many times as you want to as many courses as you want, just through, it's a Memorial Day coupon, so it's like just through Monday at midnight or something like that. So I'm not going to say what the coupon code is because it's not available for the people that are on YouTube. You have to be in our community network. But Lindsay, if you want to put it in the chat, the people who are on the chat can get it. But I would also recommend that you get make sure that you're getting our newsletter. Okay, all right. Enough talking. Am I sharing my screen? I don't think I am. Okay, share. There we go. Share screen. Okay. All right, let's do our newsletter. Rebecca says, I don't see it on the newsletter. You have to scroll toward the bottom. It's the newsletter that just came out today. It says, I can't remember what the title is. Lindsay, maybe you can help. I don't know. All right, let's do our exercise because that's what we're here to do. We're not here to listen to Margie chat. We are here to actually practice our exercise. Now, the exercise of the week is a separate course in your dashboard, okay? So, and it is available for those of you who are currently subscribed to the gym. If you have, can't talk today, at least if you have earned at least 250 points. I always forget to mention this. Everything in the gym is gamified. My vision for the gym was that it was Duolingo for bookkeepers, okay? So everything is gamified. There's bells and whistles, ka-chings, woohoo, you earn points and badges. And you can tell how many, and by the way, the points that you learn in Booksmatch are not the same as the skills in Booksmatch. No, let me say that again. The points that you earn in the gym are not the same as the skills that you earn in Booksmatch. Long, complicated, technical reason why that is, but anyway, they're not. So if you're in the gym and you want to find out how many points you have, you can just click this arrow down here. It'll pop up this little drawer. So my little fake account here only has 105 points, and you need 250 points to unlock the exercise of the week. Okay, so if you do have the exercise of the week and you have it unlocked, you want to make sure and use the link, the exercise link in the gym, in order to get your skill points, your Booksmatch skill points. Okay, so you have to use this link here. Okay, today we're going to be talking about billable charges. Joel is putting, or has already put, the link in the chat for those of you who are here live. The link in the chat is only for people who are not subscribed to the gym, okay, and don't have 250 points. If the only way to get Booksmatch credit is to do this one right here, okay? Hopefully that's clear. Let's see. Alrighty, so let's do this exercise. Today we are talking about charging billable expenses, and this is a topic that is on the test for it is on the Level 2 Pro Advisor certification test. So those of you who are pursuing that test, pay attention, but then you already have this exercise. But if you have our course, our companion course, you have the exercise. But if you are studying for it on your own, then this is something you want to pay attention to. Okay? All right. So let's talk about invoicing a billable expense. And by the way, if you're brand new, if you're super brand new to QBO, gosh, what is wrong with my brain today? Just to answer Jennifer's question, she says, where do I sign up for the newsletter? When you joined the locker room, you automatically got enrolled. So if you're not getting it, then reach out to support@acadian.com. Lindsay's got you right there. She's mentioning. Okay. was talking about, oh, yes, I'm saying that if you are brand new to QuickBooks Online, this is a little bit more of an advanced topic, okay? So don't check out and think, I don't know anything yet, and it's totally over my head. What you'll hear me say frequently is you may not soak everything in, but you will still get wet. Okay, so so I always believe that it's good to be exposed to concepts even if you don't fully grasp them, because then when you circle back and then you get to it and then you go, oh, now I get it. Oh, yes, I remember that now. Okay. All right. So that's my philosophy. Even if you're new, this is an advanced topic. We do go through every week of the month is a more advanced topic. So when we get to the beginning of June, we'll circle back and talk more about the foundational basic topics. Next week, by the way, is a 5th Friday, which means that Corey will be here teaching a cleanup topic. So if those of you are wanting to learn more about cleanup, make sure that you join us next week. Joel. For those of you who don't know who are brand new, Joel is my husband. He's in the chat. He just said, my swimming pool is almost ready for me to swim. It's Memorial Day weekend. The benefit of having a pool is that having your own pool is that you get to swim before Memorial Day, and here it is, Memorial Day weekend. We've been having problems with our pool, so it's like it's not our fault. But anyway, okay, shall we get to actually practicing today? Too much talking, Margie. Too much talking. All right, so here is our scenario for the day. Kate has contracted with Craig's Landscaping Services to do some work in her yard. She decides she wants a rock fountain, and so Craig offers to get her one at a discount from Tim Phillip Masonry. Later, he will just add this to Kate's invoice. Okay, so what we're talking about here are reimbursable expenses. Okay, so your client, so in this case, Craig, buys something for their customer. Okay, in this case, Craig is buying a rock fountain, and that customer is then going to just buy it from you. So it's like a reimbursable expense. That's what we call a billable expense. Okay, that's what we're doing. All right, so all right, the first thing that we need to do is load the sample company. I don't know why I scrolled right past it. So the first thing we need to do is load the sample company, and if you are in your QBOA account, then you can just go to the gear icon and click the sample company. Or we do have an Acadian quick link, so it's just acadian.com/QBOA. Now, as a reminder, Acadian and Intuit are not related to each other, okay? We are just doing, we're using Intuit's tools. So the sample company, has been acting up for a while. They're making a lot of changes. There's a lot of changes to QBO coming in general. And so there are some things that like work differently and work, or look different, or, we are working really hard to update all of our Acadian materials to make sure that they are the most recent version, but it changes so fast. It changes so fast that it's hard for us to keep up, okay? All right, so, but here I am in the sample company. But again, if you have problems with the sample company, it's not us. It's not us. Okay. All right, so now I'm in the sample company. I'm going to go back to my exercise. Okay. All right, first we're going to create an expense for the purchase. Okay, remember, Craig is buying a thing, and then he's going to turn around and be reimbursed for that thing by his customer. Okay, so first step is to buy the thing. Okay, so to do that, we're going to go to click the plus new button and then select expense. And you'll notice that on my version right here, I have this little button that says guide me. Okay, this, all of our exercises are created using a software called Scribe. And Scribe provides a Google Chrome extension, a Google Chrome extension that's free, that you, if you're using Google Chrome, you can plug it in and it goes, so you just go to your Google Chrome store and it says this, Scribe, AI documentation, etc. And it looks like this. And once you have that loaded, if you have the, God, this thing drives, this is the thing about Zoom. Hold on. How do I move this guy? How do I get rid of this little black thing? Okay, there we go. Can I put it down here? There we go. I don't think you guys can see that. I don't think you guys can see my little Zoom controls, but they drive me nuts. Okay, so, all right, thanks, Lindsay. All right, so once you have that, okay, you go back to the exercise, and if because I remember I opened up the sample company, then you'll see this little button that says Guide Me, and so when I click that button, and then I click Confirm, woo, magic happens, and now you have the sample company and the exercise right next to each other. Okay, so Joel has put a link in the chat for anyone who just wants instructions of what I just did, so that you can do all of our exercises in this side-by-side format also. Okay, all right, so let's get on with the exercise. We're going to click the plus new button, then select expense. All right, I'm going to close this little AI window just so we have some more room here. Okay, this next one here in the payee field, select Tim Philip Masonry. Tim Philip Masonry. Okay. You'll notice that a purchase order was created previously and pops up in the drawer on the right side. We're going to add it to the expense. So we click Add. So a purchase order is a non-posting transaction where you just say to the vendor, I plan to purchase this thing. Okay, and so you'll have different what am I trying to say? You'll have different relationships with the vendors and different ways that works. Lindsay, I think we should, you know what we do not have in Fast Track. So Fast Track has two parts. So there is, Fast Track has two parts. There's Fast Track Foundation. Okay, the Fast Track Foundation is all about, I should stop my screen share because I'm so tiny. I need to talk about this. Okay, we need to talk. All right. So Fast Track has two parts. It has the foundations part, and the foundations part is where you learn all about bookkeeping. It starts, like the very first lesson is what is bookkeeping, right? So it takes somebody who is brand new, doesn't know anything at all about what bookkeeping is, and you step by step go through the course and learn how to be an elite bookkeeper at a deep level. Okay, so this is not a surface level course. Like this is not for people who just kind of, oh, I just kind of want to find out about bookkeeping. Like this is for the serious players, like this people who are wanting to be bookkeepers at a very high elite level. Okay, so that's what the foundations part teaches you. Then there is a section called Fast Track Plus, which is like a just-in-time library of all of the kind of extra things. It's not like the basic bookkeeping. It's the just kind of like the extra. We call it the, like there's a special situations thing, like the stuff that you're not going to cover, you know, necessarily run into every day, but it would be helpful to know. So we do not currently have in there anything about non-posting transactions, we don't have anything in there about estimates, we don't have anything in there about purchase orders, and it suddenly occurred to me, like, Lindsay, maybe we should add that. So if you could just add and make a note we'll maybe add that as like an idea of maybe something we want to add to that. Okay, anyway, so, oh, and by the way, so the foundations and the plus in the future will be sold separately, but right now, not separately from foundations. You have to have foundations in order to add plus, but so it won't be its own thing, but you'll pay for it it'll be an add-on purchase to foundations. But right now, we're actually including it. So everybody that gets foundations is also going to get Fast Track Plus. So, and it includes things like, a bounce check, credit memo, transfers, like just those things that are kind of extra. So anyway, all right. Let's see. I'm seeing all you guys chatting. Hopefully Lindsay's just like taking care of you guys. Okay. All right. So let me share my screen again. Sometimes, if you guys are new, like sometimes I just have to because when I'm sharing my screen, I'm so tiny. Sometimes I just need to look at you in the eye. Okay. All right. So here we are back to our exercise. So we added the purchase order. This is an agreement that Craig had previously to purchase this thing. So now he's purchased this thing. And, okay, on the rock fountain line in the billable field, click the checkbox. Okay, so right here it says billable. We're going to click the checkbox. Okay, on the same line in the customer field, we're going to select Kate Whelan. Kate Whelan, okay, and then we're going to click Save and Close. Now, do I say this in the exercise? No. Okay. In order to have billable expenses, you actually have to turn it on in accountant settings, and I'll go over that at the end. It's already on in the sample company, so we'll take a look at it in a minute. Okay. So, but right now we've bought the thing. We bought the thing from oops. There we go. So we've bought the thing, and now we're going to turn around and charge Kate Whelan for it. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go to create an invoice. Close our little pop-ups. All right. So this is what I was saying about how our exercises don't, like, QBO is always changing. So because QBO is always changing, we have to update all of our exercises. We have an awesome team who is in charge of updating all these exercises, but the Intuit just changed the sample company so that the invoice is the new modern invoice. If you guys are brand new, so it used to be, we had one invoice interface, and then they released this modern invoice, and for a while you could switch back and forth. Well, now you can't switch back and forth. It's all modern invoice. So all of our exercises that have invoices, we are in the process of updating them. So here's one. Here's one that we need to update. Okay, so in the customer field, so it looks a little different, but we're going to get through it, guys. We're going to get through it. We're going to select Kate Whelan. Okay. You'll notice that the rock fountain you just purchased on her behalf pops up in the drawer on the right-hand side. Okay, so suggested transactions. There's the rock fountain. The reason that it's here, notice it says billable expense. The reason that it's here is because we checked billable on that expense and said Kate's name. Okay, that's why it's appearing here. Okay, so I'm going to click Add. And I'm going to close this Manage Invoice. For those of you who are not yet familiar with the new invoice, this little gear icon is what opens up that drawer, and so you can do all of these things. So a lot of stuff you couldn't do here from the invoice before, like scheduling, couldn't do that before. Okay, so I'm going to click X, So now we have the rock fountain here listed. And, oh, I guess that's all the exercise does. Okay, so now I'm going to save and close. So it's pretty similar. Okay, before I close it, I'm going to just talk for a minute about markup. Okay, so for what we've done right now, we've purchased the rock fountain, and we're now charging her for the rock fountain at the same price that I purchased it from, that I purchased it. But we can set up a markup so that we actually buy it on behalf of somebody and then sell it to them for more. I mean, if Craig bought this thing, then it would make sense that like he would, charge more for the effort of having done it, right? So we can charge a markup, and that's also done. Well, it's done in two different places, but the one I'm going to talk about is in accountant settings, because you have to set this up in accountant settings first. I'm going to close the exercise because we're done with the exercise. And I just want to show you, we're going to go to the gear icon. We're going to go to accountant settings. And then I believe it's in sales. Let's see if I can remember where it is. Maybe it is in advanced. I never know why they like some of them are advanced and some of them are sales. Like, why can't they just all, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. All right, so you have to turn on billable expenses, and I am not seeing it. So maybe you don't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I remembered it wrong. That could happen. No, I know there's a way, because you have to set the markup. Oh my gosh, guys. Sales form content, products and service, late fees, progress invoicing, messages, reminders, online delivery statements. Okay, so it's not on the sales tab. What the heck? Accounting, tax form, enable. Where did it go, guys? Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. Automatically, automation, other preferences. Well, that's interesting. Maybe they took it out because of the new modern invoice. Let's see. Expenses. Oh, duh. Thank you. Who did you say? All those you guys who are like, duh, Margie. Well, like, what's your problem? Here it is. Because we started with the expense. Oh my gosh. There it is. Guys. All right. Yes. So here it is. So you have to turn it on. You have to make expenses and items billable right here. And then you can so we did not have a markup on that one. So if I had checked this box with markup, then you can charge like above and beyond for that thing. And then if you want the billable expenses as income, and I can't remember now why you would want to do this. Let's see, what does it say? For example, if you write a check for $200 worth of lumber, you make it billable, then you can add it to your books. Okay, duh, we've already talked about that. In a single account. Yeah, in multiple accounts. But why would you want to do it as income? I can't remember. Anyway, in income rather than just as an expense. Let's see. Lindsay says, oh, you Googled it. That's how you found it. So anyway, so yeah, so you can mark it with a default rate, and then this will automatically put it as a percentage above it. Okay? All right, so that is our exercise today. Let me stop the share, check the chat. Let's see. Charlotte says, so if we currently have Fast Track, we have the Foundation Plus. Yes. It's Fast Track Plus, but yes. Okay, let's see. Some chatting about that. What is the Fast Track link? Joel gave that. Let's see. Tara says, can we do this for our clients that we bill through our firm in QBO? Yes, if you purchase something on behalf of your client, you can mark it as billable and charge them for sure. Yeah, so that's just in your QBOA account. All right, let's see. Teresa, is the difference between billable expenses and COGS that the item in billable expense is a special item that is not normally purchased in the sale? Correct. Yes, that is an excellent distinction. So for those of you who are new, COGS stands for cost of goods sold. So if you were buying, so if this was not a if this was not like a favor for this person, like this was your business, like you bought things and then you sold them at a higher price, okay, then yes, that would be COGS. What we're talking about here is just reimbursable expenses. So I use this, for example, for a client who traveled for, like, she would go to like speak at a conference or something, and then she would pay for her travel, but then be reimbursed by the client, okay, rather than the client, because you necessarily don't want the client having to like make your travel arrangements and find the hotel for you to stay in. So she would just do that herself and then pass it on to, so it's not income, it's not like you're not holding on to that price as if it were a cost of goods sold, like that would be a thing that you're selling. So excellent. That's excellent distinction. Excellent question. All right. All of you who are silly, telling me how silly I am about not being able to find it under expenses. Okay, yeah. So Jill says the markup is automatically considered income then. Yes. So yeah, and that's what that setting was in the account and settings, where you can identify what account is the income, like so the markup, the extra piece would go into. Let's see. All right. Would the steps be the same if there's not, Jennifer, sorry. Would the steps be the same if there's not a PO created? I just see the purchases in my client's credit card feed and need to track them to be sure they are on the invoice. Excellent question. Let's take a look at that. Oops, wrong one. That is an excellent question. Let's show how you would do this from the bank feed. Yes, this is not actually related. This is not related to the purchase order at all. So, and let's see. Let's just do this real quick. Let's make it a 15% markup, and we're gonna say save and done. Okay, so I'm just going to have an expense. I just go directly to expense and I create the expense right here. So if I were going to do the rock fountain, for example, okay, so I pulled the rock fountain. This is what I'm paying for whoever, what did I say? Tim Phillip Masonry. And the only difference is, all right, I'll just stop for a second and tell you what this is. So there's a setting in accountant settings that asks you if you want to always pull up the previous purchase for this particular vendor. So you can say yes or no. In the account in the sample company, it's set up as yes, and that's why it's asking me. Now that I've selected the payee, it's saying, do you want to overwrite the values from the last one that I did? And I don't, because I'm just demonstrating, so I'm going to say no. All right, so here's the rock fountain that I purchased, okay? And I'm going to mark it billable, and you'll notice that it comes up as this markup actually is the difference. Oh, this is getting into the weeds here, guys. This markup is not the markup that I just selected in accountant settings. It's the markup from the products and services list. The difference, this is the price in the products and services list, and so the difference between those is 120%. And this apparently did not work. I was going to point this out earlier, but apparently did not work with the purchase order. So let's do this again. Kate Whelan. All right, and let's save and close. So yeah, so I didn't go through the purchase order at all. So now if I go and create an invoice again for Kate Whelan, let's see what happens to that markup, because it did not. Oh yeah, so it comes across as $275, and I'm going to add it. All right, and there it is. Oh no, it came up as, oh yeah, there it is. See the hidden 120% markup for rock fountain. All right. So anyway, so that answered, let's see, where did that go? Your question go, Jennifer. So we were talking about the bank feed. All right, so this was the first part of the question, doesn't have to go through a PO. Let's take a look at the bank feed. So I'm going to leave without saving. Let's go to the bank transactions. And you can actually make an expense billable in the bank feed. Okay, so if I go just to this uncategorized one, notice right here, there's a little checkbox that says billable. And then here is how I would say who it was for. Okay, so that's how you would do that, Jennifer, from the bank feed. You have to have the expense first. So it's the expense that you mark, that you mark billable, and then that connects it. So just see the purchases. Just pulling up Jennifer's question again. Would the steps be the same if there's not a PO created? I just see the purchases in my client's credit card feed. Yes. So you would do, you would create that expense the way I just showed you from the bank feed. And then when you go to create the invoice for that client, then it'll pop up in the drawer. You've added it from the bank feed. It'll pop up in that drawer. Okay. All right. Let's see. Esther, this is an excellent question. This is something we need to get better at. And I mentioned it to my team this week because we're having this coupon that's for all of the courses, and I'm like, they should be able to go to a page and say, I want this course, that course, whatever. Right now, if you go to acadian.com and select I am a bookkeeper, then there should be a list of all of the available courses. That should help. So if you're not seeing it, if it's not there, if you need help, you can always write to support@acadian.com, or you can also set up a time to talk to our team about what courses might be right for you. Joel, I think you have the link to set up the appointment, so Joel can put that in the link in the chat as well. So our website's gonna get better. In case you didn't know, we recently fully revamped the website, and we love the new design, but we never got around to actually plugging in all of the stuff. So, and that's because most people don't just go to Acadian.com and browse. Like, most people are looking for a specific course and they go to that specific course. So we're working on it, guys. It's all a work in process. Okay. All right. Attorney got the thing. All right. Are the recertification courses on the website, and can we use a 20% discount for the purchase? So there is only one recertification course. It includes both level 1 and level 2, so you use whichever ones you need. If you are level 1, you just take the level 1 portion. If you are level 2, you have to take both the level 1 and the level 2 portion. They're both in there, so it's just the one course. And yeah, the 20, I mean, I didn't set up the coupon, but that's what they told me. They told me that it works on everything. So, so yeah, Joel or Lindsay, if you want to put in the chat the link to the recertification course, I think it's just acadian.com/recertify. So, let's see what else. Oh, Lindsay already did that. There's not a box to apply the coupon for the recertification courses. Okay, yes. Lindsay, yeah, message me after or message Mike after, and we'll get that taken care of. And then remember to write back to Tara. Okay. Oh, wow. Deb, 1099s. Oh, okay, let's see. I have a question regarding 1099s, if no more questions here about billable expenses. Your example for 1099s in the level 2 certification program uses the insurance vendor as an example. It means that it would be more like if we hire Bob as a contractor to repair our parking lot, maybe. Yes. Where can I find more clear rules on who is a contractor vendor versus a vendor like parts.com? Do I understand the reporting only once $600 or more is paid? Yes, it's only over $600, and all of the rules and everything can be found on the IRS website. It's IRS's rules. So if you go to irs.gov, or probably if you just Google or ChatGPT, guys, I rarely use Google anymore because ChatGPT knows everything. So go to ChatGPT. ChatGPT will probably even create like a chart for you if you want to a chart, and you can ask it and get like the clear rules. The beautiful thing is that like you don't actually have to know the rules, because QuickBooks Online will like guide you through all of that, and it knows, and so it just I mean, you have to keep an eye on it. You need to know, like what we just talked about, that you know who it goes to. It goes to contractors. It's over $600, and it's only certain payment methods. If you paid them if you paid them with a credit card, for example, the credit card company is the one that is reporting that. You don't report that. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, Lindsay says that the FAQ doc has a tab where Acadian links are listed. Okay, so that FAQ doc is in a couple of different places on the website. It's embedded in the This Week at Acadian. Did we put it in the, I don't think we put it in the Welcome to the Locker Room post yet, but yes, the FAQ. Thank you, Lindsay. All right. Will the discount work for the study hall? Yes, I believe it will. So, I mean, they said they set it up for everything. They said, I don't know, but they said that they set it up for everything. So it should work. If it doesn't, just like with Tara and the recertification, then, you know, email support and we'll get it taken care of. For those of you who don't know what study hall is, Study hall is an opportunity for you to get together with other Acadian students and basically work on your stuff. How many times have you purchased a course and it just like sat on the shelf and you just never got around to it and you're like, someday. So that's what the Acadian Study Hall is. It's a small monthly fee, but there's more than 40 opportunities, 40 opportunities, for you to get together. It's an hour. It's up to, it's like 10 times a week, that time slots that you can choose from. And you get together with other people, you set your, everyone greets each other, you set your intentions for the day, and then you just work on your stuff. You can be whatever you want. It could be on a course, it could be working on your marketing, it could even be doing client work, like whatever you need to like put your feet to the fire and actually get stuff done. That's what the Acadian Study Hall is. So, yeah, and I'm sure that there's a link, Lindsay or Joel will put a link in the chat for those of you who want to find out more about that. But yeah, it should work. Let's see. Okay, Joel has put in the link to schedule a time with the team. I went there looking for the research and couldn't find it. Lindsay Roberts, you went there. What's there? Is that the, you went to the FAQ doc? If that's the case, then Lindsay will add that. Let's see. Nicole, if you make firm billed QBO subscriptions billable with a markup to the client, it is COGS. If no markup, then an expense. If you make firm billed QBO subscriptions billable with markup. So no, I don't see how it would ever be an expense. If you are charging, if you're getting, it would be an expense. No, it would never be an expense. It's always COGS. If you are, whether you're getting reimbursed for it or not, like that's part of your service to that client. So I think it would always be COGS. I noticed that Jane's here. She's our resident EA, which is an enrolled agent who is certified to like work with the IRS and knows all those rules. So Jane, if you want to weigh in on that, then great. Let's see. ChatGPT is amazing. Yes, it is. FAQ doc. Lindsay loves, this is a different Lindsay. We have Lindsay who works for us, works for Acadian, and then Lindsay Roberts, who is just an amazing student. Apparently she loves the study hall. Awesome. All right, let's see. Esther just joined the study hall. Woohoo! You get to hang out with Lindsay Key. All right. Okay, let's see. Can we get a recording? So Mirage says, can we get a recording later on? Will it be posted on the YouTube channel? Yes. So shortly after this call ends, we'll post the Zoom link in the Facebook group. But that Zoom link will only work temporarily until it gets edited and put up on the YouTube channel in a few days. So either way, yes, you'll be able to get it. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, Jane says, all right, phew. Jane says, I agree, it would never be an expense, it would be COGS. All right, thank you, Jane. Alrighty, so now that we're like fully clear, there's one more thing that we need to talk about, and that is our marketing prompt. So when you are subscribed to the gym, you earn marketing prompts. As you learn a thing, then you get sample prompts to be able to use in your marketing. The reason that we started including this in the gym is because I just kept hearing people say, I know I'm supposed to post on social media, but I don't know what to say. And I kept thinking, how do you not know what to say? Like, you're learning something all the time, all the time. So we, audio is out. Is that just Danelle or is that everybody? Okay, just her. Okay, good. So, anyway, so I was like, how do you not know what to say? You're learning something new every day. So I started creating marketing prompts. And so in the gym, you actually earn them. Like, once you have learned a feature, practiced something, it will unlock these marketing prompts that you can then use for, LinkedIn posts or alignable or whatever you're doing. And so with the exercise of the week, though, we actually give you a marketing prompt for every exercise. Every exercise has a marketing prompt, so you can then talk about it. The thing is about your marketing, guys, is that you have to position yourself as an expert. People, in order to sign up with you, people need to know, like, and trust you, okay? And one of the ways that they know, like, and trust you is when you demonstrate your expertise. And an easy way to demonstrate your expertise is to just post tips and tricks about QuickBooks Online. You're a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. You go on these and you provide value to the people watching and say, hey, I don't know if this is you, but here's the thing. And the more people begin to realize that you are an expert, the more people will reach out to you for services, okay? So Joel has already put in the link for today. It's also, or the marketing prompt for today. You can also find it. Let me share my screen again. You can also find it in the exercise of the week here, and this is what it says. QBO quick tip: covering costs for a client. Ensure those expenses are marked as billable in QuickBooks Online. This not only guarantees reimbursement, but also maintains accurate financial records. Properly tracking billable expenses helps in reflecting true income and expenses, which is crucial for clear financial reportings and tax filings. Need assistance setting this up? I'm here to help. All right, so that is what we recommend that you can use. You just learned about how to have billable, get reimbursed for billable expenses. You just learned how easy it is to keep track of that. I gave you a use case for a client that I had that traveled and needs to be reimbursed for, needed to be reimbursed for her travel, with the client, okay? So you can now go and talk about that. You can take this prompt and you can put it in as is. You can use Canva and write a little thing. You can put it in ChatGPT and write a whole article. You can, there's so much that you can do with it. And the point is really just for you to demonstrate your expertise. If you need help staying accountable to actually doing your marketing, if you need help getting over yourself, then if getting over yourself to actually get out there and do marketing, if you would like to join a group of people who are all working together to do marketing and overcome themselves, and you would like to have that peer support and encouragement and accountability to actually get out there and start marketing yourself, then I would invite you to join our Getting Clients cohort. We do this every month. Today is the last day to join the June cohort, because when you sign up, then there's pre-work, there's prep work that you have to do beforehand, and to get set up so that on June 1st, or I think this month that actually is June 1st, whatever that Monday is, the first Monday of the month, then you can hit the ground running and actually start getting out there. I am going to give you a little insight I'm going to give you a little insight to what's happening here at Acadian. Let me take I'm going to stop sharing this. Okay. And that is that our goal here at Acadian is to create bookkeepers who are so good that employers refuse to work with anybody else. Okay? That's our mission here at Acadian. We want you to be so good. We want you to be that good that people refuse to work with anybody else. Okay? Because of that, we don't really want you to market yourself until you're that good. Now, some of you guys, are just like, well, I don't know if I'm any good. Like I just want to get out there and market myself and all of that. And so we're still selling the Getting Clients cohort. But what I'm telling you is that it may go away. It's not going to go away, but it may be a thing in the very near future that you have to qualify for, that we're not going to just let anybody in the Getting Clients cohort. So if you're serious and you're not sure, like if you're not sure what your your future holds, or like you want to get in on the cohort right away, you don't want to have to qualify for it, get in the cohort now. I mean, we'll probably sell one. So today's the last day for June. We'll probably sell one for July, but I don't know, come August, we might be at the place where you can't get in the cohort unless you have hit certain milestones. We're still developing that whole process, so nothing to be scared about now, but I'm just saying that you may want to hop on it now, because it might be going away. It's not going to go away, but it might be harder to get into than it is right now. So that's just my 2 cents about it. Okay, so Esther says, I signed up for June. I'm almost done with prep work. Excellent. Woohoo. I'm excited for you. Christine is asking for the exercise of the week. Great, Joel, put that again. So Lindsay put in the chat about ChatGPT. So she actually generated that this week. I usually do it, but I asked her to do it this week. She actually generated that QBO quick tip using ChatGPT, and she put the link if you want to see that. She put it in the chat so you can see that. The cost is for the Getting Clients cohort, you already see that, it's $197. You can earn discounts. So if you are already in the cleanup course, you can get it for just $97. If you are in the gym, then depending on how much you've worked through the gym, you earn discount. You get up to $100 once you finish year 1 of the gym. But there are smaller discounts. If you've done 3 months, I think you get $30 off. If you've done 6 months, you get, so it's going to be more like that. It's going to be more like that, where you have to have done work in order to qualify for the Getting Clients cohort. So, let's see. All right. I don't see anything more questions in the chat. So I think we're done, guys. I did really well. It's only 12:17. Sometimes these calls, sometimes these live streams are a marathon, and you're wondering when is she ever going to end? So let's see. Thomas, I see your question about the cohort. I'm gonna have you either talk to Lindsay or message support about that. I can't answer that right off the top of my head. So, all right. So, but I think, guys, I think we're done. I think it's time to go. And so, Thomas, we always respond to support tickets within 24 hours. So if you're saying that you never got a response, that is telling me that you're not seeing the response. This happens sometimes. Like, we get caught in spam filters, junk, promotions. So make sure that you are, normally they're pretty good if we are responding to an email, but yeah, check it out. It looks like Lindsay's has already responded to you, Thomas. So anyway, so yay, yes, lunchtime. And I don't think my pool is quite ready to go in yet, but hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. All right. Oh, that's right. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Those of you who are doing something special. My family always has a family reunion in Memorial Day, but that is back in Oregon, and I am not in Oregon. I'm in Virginia, so I will not be attending. But anyway, so for those of you who are celebrating, have a wonderful holiday weekend. And I'm just seeing a bunch of buys and happy Memorial. I just want to make sure I don't miss any questions. All right. Aw. Oh, wait, what? All right, Christine says, I have purchased every course you offered over the last few years, and I'm still uncertain how things work together with available add-ons. Can you work on something like a flow chart about our options? Yes, we are working on exactly that, because many people are in the same boat. We have grown so fast. We only started in 2020, so this is just our 5th year in business, and we have grown so fast that we are scrambling to keep up and make sure and put everything together nicely. So yes, we are building a flow chart. Remember I said earlier in the beginning how we are rebuilding Booksmatch. Booksmatch is our proprietary dashboard that not only shows you your stats and all of that, but also how to get your courses. And we're building into that a student journey so that you can see exactly how everything fits together. So, yeah. Awesome. Oh, glad. Yay. All right, Jill. First locker room live. Loved this. Awesome. Woohoo. So several people are saying that a student journey chart would be helpful. I agree. Let's get it done. We're getting it done. It's happening. Okay. So if we bought Fast and Easy QBO Level 1 and Level 2, do we have the recert course? No. The recertification is a separate course that you had to have added on when you purchased the Level 1 and Level 2. If you added it on when you purchased those courses, then it's there in your dashboard right now, the recertification. If not, then you would have to purchase it separately based, with the link that Joel and Lindsay put in the chat. Let's see. All right. Guys, I think that's it. Have a wonderful weekend. Oh, wait, hold on. Got one more. Danelle, a list of these links all together and what they are would be useful, especially if we could click on them from that list. Okay. I'm not sure if you're talking about the... Okay. So we have had an issue. Some people have been... Lindsay and I have been talking about the fact that some people cannot click on the links in the chat. I don't know why that is. All of our settings for the Zoom call allow us to do that. So I don't know. I think that's what she's talking about is the I don't know if that's what you're talking about. And then let's see. Yeah, I think she's talking about the links that appear in the chat for the live stream. So we're still working on that. Yeah, Rain says the links in this chat. Yeah, so I don't know why that is. Maybe we should, Lindsay, maybe we should reach out to Zoom support or something and find out. Like, I don't know. This is the first time. Well, we haven't been using Zoom a lot. We used to do something different. We used to have the live streams in a Facebook group, and it was just a Facebook chat, and we could click on them there. So Tara says she was able to click on the links at the beginning of the meeting, but now I'm not able to. So yeah, so I don't know what that is. It's also confusing to sign in and find ourselves in Booksmatch that wants us to sign up for it too. I'm not sure what you mean by that. It is, this is part of why we are redesigning Booksmatch is because it is challenging when you first get in to know where your courses are and what you have. So yes, that's precisely why I said that. It's precisely why we're like revamping it and doing it. Let's see. Reading more. So yeah, so Tara says I was able to click on the links in the beginning. We can bookmark them, but will they take us, if we can bookmark them, but will they take us to the exercise next week? No. So just to be clear, if you do not have a subscription to the gym, and you have not, or if you have a subscription to the gym but you haven't unlocked the exercise of the week, the only way to get those links is to be here live on the call. That's your bonus for joining, joining us. So yeah, so that's the only way. So we don't email the links out to everybody. Like, that is the benefit of being here live, is you get those links. So I'm sorry that it's difficult to get the links. So I don't know if, yeah. Let's see. Okay. I would like a way to reset some of the courses because I was away for too long and need to start from the beginning again. We can do that. I don't know if customer support knows how to do that. I mean, basically, we would reset it, we would remove you from the course and then add you back in. So if that is helpful, that would work for everything except for the gym. So if that would be helpful, then write to support and they can do that for you. Let's see what else. Let's see. To click on the paper icon below the chat, you can copy and paste. I don't know. Yes, Christine, we are working on that. Oh, I don't know how I got Lindsay up on the screen. There we go. Yes, Christine, we are aware we're trying to address that. Let's see. Oh, Raina says the links work, it may be pop-up blockers. Oh, that's interesting. But Esther, I don't know what the paper icon is that you're referring to. Let's see, if I go to, yeah, I don't know, what is the paper icon? don't see a paper. This little thing, no. This little thing, no. No. Yeah, I don't know what paper icon you're referring to. Let's see. The issue is when oh yeah, okay. Paper icon is at the bottom of the chat window. I'm in the chat window and I don't see it. I see like a little pencil thing. I see an emoji. I see the little arrow. Oh, I see. All right. I don't know, guys. All right. I think it's time to head off, let you guys have your weekend, grab some lunch, and yeah. Huh. All right. We'll try and figure it out. I see it still. Or breakfast for Cindy. Okay. All right. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Have an awesome Memorial Day. And I will see you next week. Have a great one.